What's up, guys? Back at it with another video. It's been a while, but finally got some motivation to work on the Mark IV. So what we're going to be doing today is dropping the subframe and getting this front end done. The new control arms, it's under there. New control arms, inner and outer tie rods, ball joints, the whole nine. So we're gonna drop the coilovers in, put the FKs in that I have, because the ECS ones are junk, and get rid of all this front end slop that it's had since I got it. And yeah, it's gonna feel proper. First things first, you gotta jack it up first and do that, and then work on everything else from there. Honestly, I don't know if I can do the tie rods. I don't know if you need a special tool or not, but we're gonna find out here in a second. But I still gotta do the old test pipe cat delete still and do the tune on it, but I wanted to get the front end solid first before I go doing anything else, and I need to pass inspection. All right, so we got the wheels off, up on jack stands. Here everything is. So I upgraded to the R32 style bushing, so it's solid instead of usually there's like slits. So it's gonna stiffen up the control arm a little bit, so which is nice. Inner and outers, ball joints right here. It's gonna feel great. And first things first, I think I'm gonna drop the subframe first, disconnect the dog bone, drop the 4 bolts, and then I gotta take the rack off the subframe. So to do that, I've seen online that you go through here and then tie up the rack, so then it just hangs there instead of disconnecting the lines. I had these coilovers for like a year and they're just beat. I want to do a big brake kit on this thing very badly. Okay, so this was my little fix for the dog bone. It held, but not very well. You got 2 bolts right there, right here, and right here for your power steering, well, for your power steering rack, and then over there 2 bolts. And then my plan here is to drop the subframe. It's these 4 bolts right there. Where's the other one? Right there. Same on the other side. Drop the subframe, take this dog bone mount off, and then get the control arms off. And then so I'm gonna drop the subframe and the control arms at the same time, I hope. Probably not. It's not that easy, probably, you know how it is. But shout out to a major oil leak, so all these bolts just broke right free. It is out. Original subframe gone. You can tell how old it is. Look at that. Oh my god. Definitely got some miles on it. Almost 200,000 on it. These control arms, they're probably still good, but as you can see, that's what I was talking about. There's a gap. New ones are solid. So should improve the little front end slop that I have in this thing. That's probably what it was. But I don't know if I should do the motor mount spacers right now or not, but probably not going to plan on finishing this in one day. So I'll probably take the OBS to work tomorrow, but woo! So obviously I'm going to have to swap the sway bar onto the new subframe. I should have got a new sway bar, a little bit thicker one, and some new bushings, but it is what it is. It'll be all right. And then I'll throw the control arms on and get this thing back in the car. All right, guys, so last time you saw, the subframe is out, and it's out. So now we got the new one assembled. With the R32 bushings. I don't know if I'm gonna do the inner outers today, but yeah, it looks sweet. Gonna put the new ball joints in. I'm gonna drop the coilovers now, since there's no bottom control arm, so it should just slide right out. But I'm gonna throw the new ball joints in, drop these down. So I have these FKs right here, but then I got KWs back there. I don't know which one to run. KWs are better, but they're a little bit older. FKs are in a little bit better condition, but coilovers aren't that bad to swap as long as you have done it before. Really, like the first time I did my car, it took forever, but this thing should feel sweet. I do want to start going to tracks, honestly, but so much stuff to do, you know. I don't know if you guys seen this, but bought a shifter cart. Thing's pretty fun. So I'm over here taking my coilover out. All right, fell right out, all good. Maybe that's why my front end felt like ass. Ripped through the top hat. Crazy. So Shane lowered his wagon. Ooh, shit look good as fuck. All right, guys, so it's about an hour and a half later. Shane stopped by, helped me out for a little bit. Went to go install the KWs, and the purchase seized, of course, so we're just gonna have to run the ECS junk ones for now. Probably gonna order like a set of BCs or something, but so I replaced the strut mount bushing. It's all boring stuff. I don't want to bore you guys too much, so replace them. They're all good. Everything's all back in order. Decided to call it quits for the night and pick up tomorrow. I need to run to the junkyard and get new top hats because mine are effed, as you saw. So see if they have them. And yeah, tomorrow we're gonna throw the subframe in with the control arms and everything, and I'm hoping everything is perfect and tight and should be all good. Ball joints are in the knuckle, the new ones. The other ones were pretty shot actually, so that's good. And yeah, I'm gonna pick up the video tomorrow, so see you tomorrow. All right, guys, day 2 of doing the subframe. Hopefully I get it all done tonight. New ball joints are in on this side. I need to do the other side, and I'm gonna leave the inner and outer tie rods for now because I really just don't feel like doing them right now, but I should probably do them eventually. We'll see if I want to do them or not, but I need to get new strut top hats because mine are, as you saw earlier, mine are shot. They're not supposed to be like that. They're supposed to be completely flat. So junkyard closes at 4. I get done work at 4, so it's gonna have to wait till the weekend, I guess. But gonna throw this in, throw that ball joint in, and get this thing done. So your ball joint is right there. It is a 3/4 wrench. You can't get a socket in there, so you gotta use a wrench and take it off. Out with the old and with the new. This one definitely had some play in it. Still fine, but this one's a lot stiffer. So throw that in, and I think I'm just gonna do the tie rod ends and get it aligned and stuff, because when I lowered the car originally, never got it aligned, so fuck it. Alright guys, so you always want to replace your subframe stretch bolts because they are one-time use. About to throw it in and get it hooked up to the new ball joints, and then after that I got to go to Advance and get that tie rod, inner tie rod removal tool, and then whole front end will be solid and dialed. Honestly, crazy how dirty these things get. I mean, I know this is going to be dirty in like a year anyway, but it's just nice to know, you know. Well, that would have been good. I gotta put this on. Good old sway bar. I wish I got a new one of that, but it is what it is. So if you're doing this by yourself, I highly suggest hooking the sway bar over the axle, because it is decently heavy. So now I'm gonna have to put it on my chest and lift it up and start a bolt, and then after that I'm gonna have to swing the control arms into the ball joints, which is going to suck. Much better. All right guys, so after a half hour of frustrating with this thing, the one subframe bolt would not go in, but it's all good. The threads were a little gunked up, so I had to back it out and then run it through. But it's all up. Can't even tell, but looks fantastic. New hardware, everything looks great. So a little update here. Of course, it can't be too easy, and one of the steering rack's bolts is a little iffy, so now I'm trying to get in here and tap it, but there's not enough room. It's always something. All right, what's up guys? This is like about a couple days later. It was Memorial Day weekend, so I mean Labor Day weekend, so this thing sat all weekend. But so I got that power steering rack. I don't know if you see it. I drilled it, nut and bolted it, and it's all good now. So I got new top hats. This is what it's supposed to look like. That's what mine looked like. So it's probably why the front end felt so bad in the first place. But so I'm having a problem over here. This is just a nut to try and chase these threads. It's just super stiff, so not too sure what I'm gonna do about that yet. But I can tell I need motor mounts because this thing is sagging to the right very badly. But I don't know how long this motor is gonna last. I'm not doing chains on it because it's not worth it. I can just buy a whole new motor for like 500 bucks. So I'll probably end up picking up one soon whenever one pops up, get it on the stand and re-gasket it and stuff like that. But I just also went to AutoZone, picked up the tool to do the inner and outer, the inner tie rod. So now I gotta bang that out and then start throwing this thing back together. Starting to look pretty good under here. All new stuff, all nice and powder coated. But so what you do is you just take your two snap rings off your little boot here, and then you got your tool, and you pick what shim fits it, slide it over, pop it off, and then put the new one on. All right guys, it is 7:30. This is day 3 working on it, and it's done. The whole thing is done. Let me show you guys everything, a little overview. So, well, I gotta put the sway bar and link back on. But so we got new control arms, new ball joints, it's hard to tell, new hardware for their everything, inner and outer ball joints on both sides, new subframe bolts, and it's looking good. Makes the whole rest of the car look dirty. Look at this thing. There's a massive oil leak somewhere. But here in a little bit, I'm gonna do phase 2 of this, which is gonna do the downpipes, the tune, and the motor mount spacers, so that I can go a little bit lower. And then this thing should be dialed for a little bit, hopefully, before it blows up. But yeah, I guess I'll get it on the ground, get everything back together. I need to head to AutoZone, return the parts, return the tool that I rented, throw the dog bone back on, and then start ripping this thing.